Well guys, the day has finally come. It's the day that I get to wake Turtle, the tortoise, out of his hibernation. So I'm doing it a little bit slower this time around because if you do this too quickly, they will go into shock. So the first thing I did was just turn the refrigerator off and let it come up to temperature. And then after a few hours, I took the lid off and let the door open, and then eventually he started to move around a little bit. This entire thing is just the strangest phenomenon, honestly. It just feels like he comes back to life randomly one day. It's so weird. I lifted him out then into the room temperature and had a quick look at his eyes. They do have a few crusties in there, but I mean, he's been literally asleep for the last 12 weeks. What do we expect? And then I gave him one final way to make sure everything looks good and had a quick check of his face and his eyes and everything else. And in total, he lost 28 grams over the 12 weeks. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but either way, he is very, very healthy. Then I lifted him over to sit beside me while I did some work, and he showed signs of wanting to get out then. He'd warmed up a little bit more, and then I lifted him out and he started walking towards the window. So he was literally walking towards the light. I was so proud. I was like, yes, my son, that's your natural instincts kicking in. You're trying to get over to the light and, heat yourself up. Obviously, tortoises are cold-blooded animals, so if they don't get warm, they literally won't move. So that's him underneath the radiator then to get a bit more heat in him, and you can see he literally looks like he's drunk. He's just kind of wobbling all over the place.
She's so well knowledge, this woman. Like, you can just tell before she even got this tortoise, she knew a lot, which is great to see. Like, a lot of people just get these animals and just don't even do the research, and then they wonder why the animals don't survive long. But she's got the medication, she's doing the grams for how much he's lost when he's sleeping, she's warming him up, bathing him now.
After he heated up a little bit under the radiator, then it was time to give him a bath. And I had to use this Repto Boost, which is what my vet gave me. It's basically like an electrolyte drink, and it's really important to give them this after they wake up from hibernation to give them a bit of energy. Now the problem is they need to drink it, and he wasn't really showing much signs of wanting to actually go and have a drink. So instead I gave him a bit of a spa treatment, and he had a massive yawn as he woke up from his hibernation. I mean, wouldn't you too if you just woke up after 12 weeks of hibernation? That was a big yawn. It's actually the cutest thing I've ever seen. Try and tell me it's not. It is. And then I put him back into his house to actually get some UV and some heat on his shell. So he sat there absorbing it all in, and he was nice and happy. He even gave me a little wink to be like, yep, mum, everything's looking good. So at that point, it was time to encourage him to eat. Now, if they don't eat, it's really dangerous. So you need to try and get them to eat with whatever means that is. And last year it worked with the strawberry because that's his favourite food. So this year I tried it again and it seemed to work. Initially, he couldn't figure out where it was. It's like he was half asleep still. But when he finally figured out where the strawberry was, he went in on that strawberry. He went ham on it, which is kind of funny because last year he had about 1 or 2 bites and then that was enough. Whereas this year he was a hungry boy. Like, he munched his way through that strawberry. And after he'd done all of his munching, he went for a nap, because wouldn't you too as well, after such a busy day for Turtle?
Oh, I just don't realise how long they sleep for. Like 12 weeks. And it sounds so bad, but my memory would genuinely forget about him. But also, it might be the opposite and be like, oh God, is he alive yet? Is he alive? Like, keep checking. But his little yawn is so cute. Like, some of the comments, someone said, is it necessary for them to hibernate even when it's cold inside? Even when it could be inside, where it's warm year long? And like, a lot of people have replied to this person, like saying, no, she's right. If you go by the books, they last such a long time. Like, tortoises, they survive a long time. Oh, it's so cute though. And I love how she just has all her research and knows exactly like what the turtle needs, and medication, grams, food, light, warmth. Like, she's done her research, which is the best thing you can do.